So my name is Senta and I'm an online editor for the magazine Humans Ressources Manager. I always had like this question, what am I going to do after I graduate? And I had to deal a lot with the topic of what is work like and is work supposed to make me happy, and this actually brought me to this job, I think. My first job after I graduated was in a big company in Dublin, Ireland, and it wasn't a bad job, but it just was like not what I wanted to do. It wasn't that that creative thing that I wanted to do. So this was a nice job, but it didn't really fulfill me. Afterwards, I worked in a kind of creative job, but it didn't really match my values. So this also didn't make me happy. So I really know how it's like, and that how you work or the job you have influences the way you feel a lot. So because you spend so much time there in the end. I've been to other countries a lot. So the first big thing was that I went on an Erasmus to Spain, Sevilla. Then after I graduated, I spent 1 year in Ireland to work there, and I also did some short-term travel in between. I went to the United States, I went to Latin America, and I also went to India to do a yoga teacher training for a month. I feel that in Germany, for example, it's sometimes a bit more free than in other countries. It's like it depends on the country, but especially people take more time for education. This is what my impression. Like people are quite old compared to other countries once they graduate from university or something. And this is, for me, the main difference, that Germans take a bit more time. It depends what you want, really. Like for me, it was great to take my time. I didn't take like lots of time, but I really enjoyed studying, and I didn't really learn things that I'm doing now, maybe writing, of course, but I mean, most of the things I'm doing now I had to figure out myself afterwards. But what I learned when I was studying, I learned really a sophisticated way of thinking. So I think it's the sophisticated thinking, and also thinking outside the box, maybe that. Having new ideas, not being afraid of new ideas, and disrupting the old. It's something that I kind of learned while studying philosophy, literature, all this stuff. Definitely, yeah, I did this too. It was during while I was still studying. I started to work as a writer. Started to gain some experience in an internship, and also during my master's degree I was in a student job first, and then a freelancer, also writing texts pretty similar to what I write now maybe. And sure, because especially when I studied something which is not so practical, if you go to other technical colleges, of course, maybe it's not that important, because there you have a really practical education. But I choose a non-practical education, so I think it's crucial to do that if you want to find a job afterwards. But maybe this is also related to what you said with the student jobs, that you work in something related to what you are going to do later, because this makes studying pretty comfortable, because you make your own money already, you do something already, and then you say, okay, it's nice like this, maybe I study 1 or 2 years more. Most universities and colleges by the state are free here, mainly free, so you don't pay fees, so you can study a little longer, so there's no problem with this. And in my opinion, it is pretty good, because you enter work life with more life experience, I'd say. But when I worked in other countries, it was the first time that I felt a bit old, because people were so young, you know. I am in a pretty good place. Yeah, I'm really happy for now. Of course, you never know what the future brings. If your things you want to fight for change, or maybe things you want to do change. But for now, I'm in a perfect place, I think. I can express myself, spread my ideas, so it's great.